That's me segueing for Mason on our UFL news that we have going. Tell
Yeah,
me, what
Sean
the
riding the
fuck is going
chariot
on?
behind the Stallions. So, all right, big news this year. The UFL, it's not a good look. You don't want to keep moving teams, but they're going to do it again. Um, they're doing another two relocations. We are abandoning Houston and we're abandoning Birmingham. Houston makes sense because between the UFL and the XFL and even the USFL in the very beginning in 2022, that market has been slapped around. Um, they change stadiums every year. The head coach is always changing. They had like a great team and it got dismantled just because of moves at the top and business moves. And so like the fan base could never really get comfortable, or it always it's swept around. It was the gamblers, it was the Roughnecks, it was the Roughneck Gamblers, and then it was the Gamblers, and now it's maybe the Austin Gamblers. That's the team we're talking about. They might be going. We'll
Which
see
would be
what
really
happens there.
sick.
Which I don't know. I don't know if I believe in the Austin market yet. I would
I
really,
believe in the Austin market purely because of their MLS team and whatnot.
yeah, and that's if there's any Stallions fans listening, that's where they're gonna piss off because Mike Rapoli is gung ho on soccer stadiums or like well built minor league baseball stadiums or something like that. Not that I can think of any examples, but
Right.
um, 10 to 20,000 seat stadiums, and yeah, that's why they really got their eyes on Austin. And Austin's an up and coming city, so it would be interesting to see. But I would love for them personally. I'd talking about teams that just get ripped out. Everyone acknowledges the Panthers, like, oh, that fan base was growing. The Brahmas were a fan base that they came down from their height, but they were still doing good attendance, and they got ripped out. But that was another stadium deal thing.
Right.
And so now we're seeing it. So to go to the Stallions, we're seeing it for the third time. Another stadium issue. Protective stadium. That is not what the where the league wants to be anymore. The part that is bothering a lot of people with the Stallions stadium situation is the city of Birmingham or whoever owns Protective was it was rent free. It was rent free for the Stallions. So the UFL was not paying them to use that stadium, which is kind of insane because that's a big overhead cost. And to save that money, in my mind, I'm like, if you're saving that money on not paying rent for the stadium, you should put that money into marketing or whatever
Right.
to get those people into the stadium. Like, hey, that's a good way because the stadium is why the stadium's too big, and there wasn't enough people attending the game. And I'll get to my rant about these fucking Stallions fans, but if you're saving all that money on the stadium, not without the put it into putting people in the stadium. If the stadium's not working out and it's not looking good on TV, put that money into getting people in the stadium. I wish the Stallions, their attendance has been collectively going down. They really miss the Skip Holtz era, which was the best era of Stallions football. It was this is a legacy team that will always harken back to this team as long as this spring football standing. But that era of the Stallions was gone basically as soon as the UFL merged.
Right.
Now they got a mid team. They got AJ McCarron, who was in his debut season, who did not perform well, or he was getting his bearings. What had a lot of like shade thrown at him.
I
They
was very big on the shade towards
Yeah,
that because I did not have any faith in this guy being a good head coach.
yeah, and he like I don't want to jump to. I don't know if he is gonna be the best head coach, but I don't want to dog on someone so early in their career. Like um, Ricky Prohl didn't have his greatest season either as a head coach, and this is his first time really at this level being a head coach, and no one wants to talk about that. Like
Yeah.
Battlehawks fans did not bitch about Ricky Prohl. Like I think we're used to coaches that are trying to develop themselves, like Anthony Becht and all that. But these Stallions fans, their motherfucking privilege of coming from Skip Holtz and winning 3 championships in a row And then they get AJ McCarron, who is an Alabama darling, comes into town. He doesn't do great in his first season, and then they act like the UFL just completely fucked them. Mind you, whenever they in this offseason, they went from GMs and head coaches to just coaches being the GMs. And so,
Yeah.
like, maybe Skip Holtz doesn't want to be the GM too, and that's why he left. Like, I don't think they're just throwing him off to the side for no reason. They were tight-lipped about it though, so maybe they did. I don't fucking know. But this franchise has been so fucking spoiled in the last few years. And in the past, so like I said, they're moving because they don't, that doesn't look good in the stadium. It doesn't look good on TV in the stadium. And like, even if the stadium is free, it's not a good look for the league. And if the fan base isn't growing, why keep with a bad look and investing into something that's not showing any growth?
Right. No, I mean, it's a fair thing to bring out. Like, and I think that's kind of what was really disappointing from, as a, you know, the bystander is being the Battlehawks fan and watching other teams and you wanting them to have the same success or attendance that we have here and whatnot, is they just don't.
That's Mike Rapoli. Mike Rapoli, biggest Stallions fan. Yeah. Go on.
They just don't they don't share the same enthusiasm or like, I think it's what you're hammering home really well is the privilege of having a sports team that you can back with all your heart and whatnot. And you know, you've been given, like you keep saying, you've been given so much. How can you not show up for that team and whatnot? And the AJ McCarron head coaching for his final, like the final year of this team and whatnot, yeah, that you could totally call it out as a marketing scheme or like a way to draw people in of being like, oh, you could see him coaching and whatnot. You could see that, but he's like, he has such an arrogant personality that it probably turned off a lot of people too.
Yeah, he's not the most likable person. I could see that being a reason people want to go see him, but I purely think it's just because they're like, oh, we have a bad team. We have a bad team. We're not, because every other season they're basically like top dogs every season. And then this year is the first year they were like slipping to the middle, and then no one was showing up. In their first game, I feel bad for them, but sometimes that's like a poetic tragedy. Is their first game is against the Storm, but the Gucci Mane, they had 18,000 people in there. It was great. Everyone was so excited for Birmingham and like happy for them.
Right.
And then I think it was like 16-0 Storm. Birmingham put up nothing. They put up nothing at all on their first home game of last season. So and they got shut out. Birmingham AJ's freaking out in the locker room. What's his name? Their quarterback at the time. I can't remember right now. He played a stinker of a game. Matt Corral. I got it.
Glad you could find it.
Matt Corral. It was as soon as I was about to move on. Matt Corral, he stunk, and like it was such a bad showing. Like if that was my first exposure to a Birmingham game, I might not want to go back. But they've had it for years. They've had that team for years. And what, you had like maybe like 9,000 new fans show up, and then what, did they all go home and say, never watch it? You guys should never go to a Birmingham game. They're so bad. This team's so bad. You shouldn't go see it. We don't deserve this. Like, what do you mean? Because don't say Rapoli doesn't do anything for you guys, because they started with these gold uniforms that they hated, and then mid-season they came out with these red ones because the Stallions fans were bitching so freaking much. Like they didn't have to do that.
Could you imagine if like Battlehawks fans were just bitching about the blue?
Yeah, but Battlehawks. So like everyone, when we got our new helmets with the silver gunmetal, everyone's like, they need to go back to the blue helmets. Like, but we weren't like, I'm not showing up. This is hideous. How could they do this to us? Give us silver helmets. Like, a lot of Battlehawks fans think those blue ones were great, and there was no reason to really change that or go far from it, but they did. But the Stallions fans are like, oh, what a disservice. How disrespectful. There was nothing wrong with it. Oh, these are god-awful. Like, he hates us. He gave us these bad jerseys just because they want us to move. Well, you know what an owner doesn't want to do to move a franchise? Get you guys a second uniform in the same damn season when he's freaking losing money off you guys anyway, or prospective money. Why would he do that? And you know what else he wouldn't do? He wouldn't pull strings and get rid of Matt Corral so you guys get DTR, one of the most exciting quarterbacks from last season. Turn your season around, and you guys are one game out from being in the playoffs. But then, but AJ McCarron sucks. This team's terrible. What is this? What are you guys doing? You've been given so much. Oh, the games are on Mother's Day. Then don't go. Then don't go to the game on Mother's Day. Go to the next one. No, they're doing this on purpose. He's making fun of me on Twitter. Everyone's making fun of you on Twitter. At least he's talking to you.
Mason's making fun of you right now.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you and then she stops talking to you. What drives you crazier? Her to keep fucking with you, or she's ignoring me? I would be more pissed if someone wasn't giving me the respect to even speak to me. But he's talking to you. Like, no, they were always out the door. No, they weren't. Mike Napoli tried to make it work. Your stadium and it's a great stadium. It's just not the look right now for the league.
And that's the one thing that I'm excited about, like with this podcast and whatnot, is you cannot revision history, rewrite what we're talking about right now. Like, it is so fucking true. Just own up to the fact that you didn't show up and you let your own team get away from you.
And I know people always harken back to like the marketing, like, and because I'm 90% upset that the Stallions left, because you guys heard me talk about it with the Battlehawks this year. This was a down year. I'm not looking at these new markets. I'm not looking at these new markets that were excited for teams. Everyone's attendance was down. And in a lot of sports, the attendance is down. This was a down year. The economy is not in a good place. So it's really tough
Do you want to get into
for
a
them
fight
to
again?
leave. Do what?
I said, do you want to get into a fight about attendance again?
Yeah. You're lucky our attendance was down this year that we could have that fight.
No, what we're lucky about is the pure fact that the fucking dome people, the people who run the dome, were smart enough to close up the 400s. Like that. Well, or like if we're gonna really get into the whole like thing with attendance and the economy and how it's like affected sports and specifically this sport in general in this league, is you have to also innovate with the times of it all. And as much as I love the concept of Fill the Dome and the advertisement for it, there is a sense that you have to be realistic of how you go and advertise to people. Like, I love the concept that I could have bought like a ticket to get to the 400s for like $15 to $20, but you know what would have been better? Being able to actually see the fucking game from the lower bowl and having those tickets be reasonably priced, and which they were. And I'm happy that they own up to that stuff and they do market adjustments. But I don't think the other teams were doing that for the sake of understanding the everyday like person who's going to see their product. Like, because like we said, the UFL has this hard on for going to play in MLS stadiums and whatnot. Mason and you and I have gone to enough city games now to be like, there's no way in fuck they would still pay that same price that we're paying now for a UFL game. Like, your season tickets at the Dome, which I'm still like, I have to talk to our friend Josh to get on board with that as well, so we can buy more seats, so we can keep rocking for next season and whatnot. If they move to City Park or Energizer Park, that fucking season ticket's gonna be like,
oh, it's
$2,000.
gonna jack up. Everyone that's
It'll be
hoping for City
stupid.
Park, yeah, that ticket's gonna get so expensive, and I stand by it. When you put this football in an inclement season like the spring where the weather's all over the place, attendance is down. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get the attendance you were getting from the Dome. I think if they move away from the Dome, it's a tragedy.
Well, did you see most of that whenever you went to Louisville and whatnot?
See what?
Just like how the weather does impact,
Yeah,
to an extent, the attendance to it and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, because I went when it was a beautiful day. I think that even outdoor stadiums can either ruin or elevate your experience. Because if it's a nice day, if it's a 70-degree day and it's like sunset, like when I was in Louisville, that was beautiful and that elevated the game. It was so fun, and being outside, it felt like you were really somewhere doing something. That's something you don't get from the dome. Another reason why the dome sucks, and probably why people, all the casual people don't really enjoy Battlehawks here around too much. Is just
Well, what we're gonna do is
it's
we're
minor
gonna
league football
find
and a shitty stadium.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a bunch of random billions of dollars and turn it into a retractable roof. It's gonna be sick.
Well, yeah, we're gonna ask the Dodgers to back the fucking
Yeah, we're gonna
Battlehawks.
ask. We're actually gonna ask. What was the name of that one player, Brendan? You were saying earlier.
Mr. 600 millimeter.
Yeah, Mr. 600 milliliters. What was his name?
Kyle Tucker.
We're gonna ask Kyle Tucker. We're gonna write him a formal letter
Kyle Tucker.
from Kyle Tucker from the desk of Behind the Loo. Hey, can you pay for our retractable ceiling for the dome, please? PLZ, thank you.
I wish we had a retractable roof stadium because that would be great for like.
Retractable.
spring
I
football.
read
think-
recently that
I wish
retractable
Busch
roof
Stadium
stadiums
had
are
one,
dying.
honestly. Oh, I thought they were kind of making a comeback the last. Like,
Well, isn't
10
that like
years.
that's what happened
That's
to
what
the
the
one
Chiefs are
stadium
doing.
in Florida, right? Because the
Miami?
one or yeah, Miami, because they have that one that was also a retractable ceiling that then collapsed,
That stadium
right?
sucks.
Okay.
No. That both stadiums in Florida suck. The Tampa Bay Rays is the one you're talking about, the one that collapsed. That was a complete like dome, where like the hurricane
okay.
crashed down on the roof.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyways, back on track.
Yeah, and I'll wrap this up. So Stallions fans, I'm sorry. The whole UFL, everyone that's not in Birmingham loves UFL is ripping into you. No one wants to see the Stallions gone. I don't think Rapoli wanted to. Your biggest hater, the guy you hate, like he didn't want you gone either. He really did. I see it that he tried to make it work there. But the stadium, I don't know what you guys got going on there, but there's got to be some fan accountability. The stadium looked like this at the end. I don't know how well it's showing up on the screen, but
It's a little low res, but it just shows that everyone on one side and
well, yeah, they did the. I'm okay with throwing tarps on the side for television,
yeah.
but yeah, they kept everyone on one side, and this is just one side. So I think this is a 40,000 seat stadium. I think this gives you like 15,000 seats or something, and they're only putting like 4,000 to 6,000 people in it. But it looks like that like most games. Like, look, this is one day low res picture, and there's another one, a night game, and there's barely the same many people, and that weather doesn't look that bad. Like, it's just cloudy.
Yeah.
Spring night. That's probably good weather.
So then,
But
can I hit
don't
you
know
with?
what your excuse can be? Like, just because your team's not the like star-studded team they were before, like
Right. Can I
don't-
hit you with something then of over optimism in the UFL as an over optimist that I can be at times? So the new markets that they talk about in Oklahoma City is scheduled to go for 2028. Does this mean going into next year, UFL just says, you know what, we're going to keep conservative and we're just going to keep it to these 6 teams?
Oh,
And then
no.
you see that huge explosion in 2028 where they're like, fuck it, we're going to double it. You're going to have 12 teams now.
No, I think it would be going from 8 to 6 is way too big of a swing. Like, from going 8 to 10 isn't nearly as big as going 8 to 6. I think that would just completely. A 6-team season seems so. If minor league seems Bush, then this is definition of Bush.
Yeah.
And like, because it's already going to be interesting because with the talent, one of the big problems about minor league football and minor league sports in general is the more teams you have, the less talent you have to fill out rosters because there's only so much talent available left that's at a very high elevated level. So if people already think that the UFL football sucks, just wait until there's 16 teams, and there's actually like garbage teams. And we've seen garbage teams in the past. Wait until there's 16 teams. Like we're gonna see some abysmal teams that are like
Yeah,
really fucking bad.
I think, but this is my
And going
biggest
down to
problem.
6, you would have it clustered in and compact. You have to do another draft, and fan bases doing all these expansion and unspansion drafts, recluse drafts. Like that's just gonna piss off fans. They're like, can we get a team?
I don't
Can
know.
we get
I
a
just
solid team together?
I want to argue on the point though that with the NFL, there's just so much, or like with football in general, I don't think there would be that much of a dilution in talent if they were to do like what I'm thinking of, where they just go 6 into next year and then hypothetically, again, this is just over optimism on my end, and I don't know the logistics of it all, but going from 6 to then like let's say 12 in 2028, hypothetically, I just want you to follow along with me on this. I don't believe in the idea that talent can be diluted in football to that level, because I think opportunity brings out the talent within players at that point in my mind. Because you look at all the like the great stories and whatnot, and the best example of this that I'll use with it is, St. Louis hero and Kurt Warner. That story of he's bagging groceries, then goes and to win a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I just think that with more opportunity allows for talent to shine
I see what
more
you're saying.
than the other way around.
I'm not saying that big names won't come out from more teams. I'm just saying like it's not disparity. I'm trying to figure out the word. Parity.
Parity. Yeah.
People were talking about this year was the best year for parity in the UFL because any team, even the Roughnecks or the Gamblers, every team had a real chance to making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like in the past, you'd see a team you're like, oh, they're out for the year. These teams were figuring it out, and it was like literally any team could go to the United Bowl, and that's what people loved. But when you do 16 teams, I just don't think you're avoiding like 3 or 4 teams that are absolute stinkers. And if you expand too quickly before the general public really appreciates what you have, you're gonna have Memphis Showboats, Birmingham Stallions numbers in your stadium, and it's gonna look rough.
Or like, I think why I look at it from this kind of perspective too, by the way, is just because it's wild to think about how the NHL worked under 6 teams for like 50 to 60 years, and then they just randomly decided, hey, we're gonna have 6 expansion teams, and I think out of those 6 expansion teams, it was like I think 4 of them stuck around before they expanded again to 18 or something like that, or to 14 teams and whatnot. So that's like my perspective. But I'm also thinking, but using that as comparison is really unfair because they did that shit in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. There's been plenty of examples of leagues expanding too quickly too, and it normally doesn't work out. That's why I'll run through the timetable with you. This is just off the top of my head too. I'm not pulling it up. So for 2027, we're still going to be 8 teams. We're going to find 2 replacement markets for Houston and Birmingham. 2028 is where we go to 10 teams. That's where Oklahoma City gets introduced, and a mystery market that we don't know about yet, or if it's even solidified. And then it was supposed to be in 2030, it was going to be 12 team league. So 2028, 10 teams. 2030, 12 teams. And basically every 2 years,
Yeah.
2 teams. Well, it's interesting with the Birmingham and Houston news, the UFL's official statement was like, hey, we have a lot of teams interested and we're like ahead of the game. And they've done this in the past where they like inflate your head and make you think that it's going really well or like whatever. But they said we might have 12 teams by 2029. So if that's the case, for the next 3 years, we're going to get 6 new UFL teams.
Yeah.
Markets. Like, that is crazy. It almost seems like too much.
You know what scares me too with that exponential growth too and whatnot. And this is kind of like a topic that we might tackle later on. It'll be slightly political with it and whatnot, but the idea of Saudi Arabia and the way that they can also fund a lot of teams, like because they have Live Golf and they've also bought a lot of major things going on in the U.S. to then.
Oh, do you think
just
they're going to
keep
buy the
funding.
UFL?
They could fund it.
Oh,
They could.
I would. I don't know if I'd rather have that or the NFL buy.
The NFL.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, it's a genuine concern that I personally have with like sports in the and whatnot.
I hope Rapoli believes in this product enough to not sell to the NFL. Because people really want them to merge together and like make it a complete official minor league, and I don't think you need that. I think you'd have a partnership, but please don't fucking merge. Like,
I'm one of the
need
people
some
that wants
difference,
that merge. Sadly.
Please, no,
no,
because if they ever get in their ways about something, then we won't see change. But having two separate parties, like you need your Walmart and you need your Target. You don't need your freaking Wargit or your Walgett or your Tarmart. You guys like that metaphor? Keep them separate.
Or
Two
Tarmart.
things can be beautiful at the same time and
That's true.
coincide.
Tarmart.
Tarmart.
Yeah, keep Tarmart out of here.
Sydney, grab your brother. We're going to Tarmart. We're low on Slim Jims.
That's some Troy coming out of Mason there.
So, yeah, just to wrap this up, people think it's going to be Austin. Another city that they're really thinking is Boise.
Boise?
Boise, Idaho.
We
and
got
then-
the Boise potatoes coming out on the field.
That is so homosexual. And then the UFL has plenty
Make that
of.
a short. I just want Sean just saying that.
That is so homosexual. And then there's some job postings in New York for some like HQ shit. People are theorizing that they're gonna leave Arlington and go up north, which means we would see the revival of the Northeast Coast / New York, New Jersey market for football, which I would love to see the New York Guardians come back or the Generals.
Oh,
But-
that'd be so sick.
Definitely get back up in the Northeast. That'd be cool. But
They could go to Connecticut. Connecticut's like the main front for all corporate places in my mind.
yeah, well, that'd be sick. But they already got the job listings, like I said, in New York, and I think a lot of Republicans.
I know, I'm just ignoring that.
But fine, like I said, Stallions fans, I feel for you. Shut the fuck up. Take some accountability. If you're nice, and if you're nice, you can have your dessert. It just
And
comes
you
later.
too.
We got to get through dinner first.
And you too could have a team again.
Just
What if they do the reverse of what we did with the NFL and they just like get an NFL team?
I mean, I think it has to be. I think it has to be because they have Crimson Tide, they have Alabama, and we gave them the Stallions, but it's like the Stallions weren't larger than life and they stopped showing
Yeah.
up. So it's like it's almost like you have to have a huge name
One
in
last
town for them to show up.
One last tangent that I'll throw us on, just because I'm curious if you would know this or just kind of start a conversation about it and whatnot. Do you think the NCAA has a rights thing that keeps also NFL teams out at times? Because I can't think of off the top of my head an NCAA team that also has an NFL team associated or like around it, right off the top of my head. I'm sure that there probably is one, but I can't think of it.
A what?
Is there an NCAA team in, I don't know, like Washington, like, or in Seattle and whatnot? Or is it like, does that make sense what I'm saying or no?
You mean like
No, I
a
don't.
high level college over in Seattle where these UFL markets shine? Is that what you mean?
No. What I mean is, does the NCAA, like in Alabama, like the Big Ten in the cities that they're in, do they also have a corresponding NFL team? And if not, is it because the NCAA is that much of a powerhouse of like marketing or like keeping away NFL teams or any other football teams from being able to be used within their area?
I don't think so. I think it's just coincidence. And that's probably why the Alabama market supports the Crimson Tide or whatever you want to call them so well, is just because they don't have anything. It's been around for so long.
Yeah, it was
and
just
now
like
it's a
it's just
powerhouse.
the thought that came to share and whatnot.
Because I think what you're saying is like, would the NFL like, does the NFL even attracted to trying to go into the Alabama market? And if they would
Yeah.
that be like a war with
Yeah, or like is there some sort
the
of like
college
agreement that
team?
is between the two that they can't do that or something like that?
Yeah, because that would be interesting to see, because that's such a massive, massive, massive fan base that, like, if another big boy came to town, I feel like there would have to be some hostility, because it would affect something.
I mean, I guess technically, if I was to really think about it, like, does Michigan get in the way of like Lions games? You know what I mean? Like,
No, because I think they kind of established, the Lions are so fucking old. I think they established at the same time,
I don't
and
know.
Michigan's
they've,
pretty
like,
old,
been
too.
cheeks. What?
Yeah.
I said Michigan's pretty old too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They kind of grew up together, because, like, football wasn't giant until, like, the 80s.
Or like they like I guess there's Bowling Green and whatnot, I guess. Or wait, hang on. Maybe I'm getting all this mixed up. Sorry, I've just totally derailed this
Dairy
with my
Queen?
thinking. Yeah. Dairy Queen closes in 10.
Bro, why does Dairy Queen close so early for an ice cream place? Why
No, I
does
think
Dairy
we should get
Queen
outta here.
close at
I
like
think we should
10
get out of here
fucking
so I can go
30?
get Dairy Queen.
Yeah, we're gonna go get Dairy Queen actually. So
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up because Dairy
Yep.
Queen's fucking bullshit. Was that on the ballot today?
yeah, is that
Amendment
on our ballot
6?
voting? Amendment
State
6.
Amendment
Keep
6.
Dairy
Keep
Queen
Dairy
open.
Queen open. I have always had a problem with that. Why the fuck does an ice cream place close at like 10:30? And then they're open at like 9,
Because
serving ice
Mason-
cream. What
Mason,
are
they
you
don't-
doing?
they
This
don't
isn't
want you to
Old Man
hurt your
Herbert from fucking Family Guy.
Mason, they don't want you to hurt your tummy. That's why.
I got the parasite for
God.
3 weeks. It's gonna go away.
And it's gonna be done through ice cream, damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drown it out with my lactose intolerance. I'm gonna fucking do a vanilla yogurt warfare with the cyclosporasis bug.
Anyways, thanks everyone for listening to our podcast.
on.
We do. Oh, you got one more thing?
We got a little. Brennan wants to. Should I go ahead and show him, Brennan? He's got a little surprise for us at the end.
Wait, we could do it real quick. We could do it real quick. You guys see the Barstool thing with the guy who was like hating on Cardinals fans, or just like St. Louis in general?
No, I haven't.
Have you guys seen that at all?
Nope.
So
I've seen a little
to
bit
give
of it.
further to give further context, the guy on the left, he's with Barstool, and he was hating on St. Louis, saying like, "Oh, all they talk about is how they're the best fans in baseball, and like St. Louis is just like a shitty city, and like all this stuff, and just like hating on it." Well, then Adam Wainwright responded with a solo video, like criticizing him, and then they were going back and forth through solo videos, and then now they came together to like kind of hash it out. And this is a clip from that I thought was really funny. That we
Oh, I
can
haven't
end
seen
it on.
this yet.
I don't know if audio's coming through.
Did you guys hear it?
No, I don't know if it's coming through on the thing.
Oh wait, hold on. Try this. Does that work? You guys can't hear it? What the hell? All right, hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah, like when you click on the present thing, make it like video with like share screen up.
All right.
See, this is the behind the scenes stuff that no one
Also
else gets to
share-
see with us.
I think you got it now. You got it now.
Well, I had it say that.
Now it's just me. What the fuck?
All right. This definitely has audio on it, so this better work.
Take two.
A lot of thoughts on that. That's a lot to unpack there, and a bunch of crazy statements. First of all, I never called you stupid. I think you make a great job doing that yourself.
Fair point.
A lot of thoughts on that. That's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty much it. But there's like a whole 11 minutes. It's a whole 11 minutes of him just like ranting on this guy about shitting on St. Louis. So if you haven't seen
they
it,
were
check
really
it out.
going
Adam
back and
Wainwright is a
forth.
real one. Oh yeah, if you look up like the Barstool St. Louis like on Twitter, there's tons of clips about it from this guy. This guy's he's a Braves fan. He said like Busch Stadium's like not a good stadium, and then like he was saying things about like how like St. Louis is a shitty city and there's like nothing to do in St. Louis, and then like Adam Wainwright was just like trying to defend us as best he can, and I think he won, but I thought it was funny because then like
because Adam
Dave
Wainwright comes in
Portnoy-
with the cool mindset too, which a lot of people resonate with. Because this guy was just clearly like negative. Because sometimes I can be overly negative, and then it's like, well, fuck that guy. He's so negative. I don't give a shit. Like, why doesn't he stop and think about anything good for a second? That's kind of seems like his approach. And Adam Wainwright was coming and like, hey, hold on, you little bitch.
Well, then even Dave Portnoy was jumping on the guy who like he works for and was like shitting on him. Everyone like on that podcast on like that 11 minutes segment is just shitting on this guy for shitting on St. Louis.
And he said
Hell
it's just
yeah.
because he's from Milwaukee.
He's from Atlanta. He's a college football guy. He like
There's
talks
just so
about
many
college
shitheads
football
in
a lot.
Atlanta, bro. I just destroyed our Atlanta fan base.
All right,
No,
I think we can wrap it
We
up.
lost Atlanta.
That was a huge hyperbole. I hope you guys know I'm fucking around, but you guys are terrible. Now I'm just spiraling. I don't know what's going. The most I know about Atlanta is going through the airport, so I'm an Atlanta expert. Yeah, fuck off, Atlanta. All right, never mind. I was just kidding.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the sign off, even though we're kind of lagging right now. Thanks everyone for watching Behind the Lou. We hope to see you again next week. Have a good one.
It's not ending.
You gonna end the fucking thing or
It's
not?
not ending. I'm hitting end.